Why hello there, I am Tonton Bidon and we are back to the sunless skies. I took a little bit of a pause and the sun is a bit less bothering. I can just move around and dodge it. Anyway, we were talking about exploring and probably this spot since we are right next to it. Or perhaps going to that horror. Maybe we should go there first and then wrap around so that we have the option of either continuing or ditching. We are in very good condition. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember whether we got close to that horror or not. I think it was the nest of Cantankerous. Hi, please die. For my amusement. Good boy. Prize precious stones, retrieve an organ, or deploy our canning equipment. Right, we have that option now. Drill for scraps of digestible meat. If we are half-starved. To delay starvation. Why would you do that and not deploy the canning equipment? Ah, right. It's only available when we don't have it. Yeah, the lighting is still fucked because of the sun. Well, not much I can do with my setup. Okay, do we want an uncanny specimen? We don't have too many uses for that. Let's just go sovereigns. We are guaranteed to succeed. It's 13. That's a pity. Right, we haven't explored this place actually. Miners dug too deep to this wordlet, disturbing a disgruntlement of Cantankerous. I do like all that stuff about Cantankerous just being grumpy old creatures. That's fun. Please die. Listen to its last complaint. Precious stones or cunning equipment. We do have some place in the hold. But I don't know. I don't need the supply. Yeah, let's just get that. Experience sky stories. It booms like a cracked foghorn, as if death were yet another wearisome indignity it was forced to tolerate. They gather in old places, the stalker says, and make those noises at each other, like they are planning something. They're scheming in our backs. Or telling story. An engineer shakes her head. They only have one story, and it's about how everything's terrible now. Average old guy. Okay, I can use all of my heat pretty fast with that setup. Did it just flee? The War of Fossils. When settlers arrived in the Reach, miners flocked to this frozen rock, lured by the promise of hours stored in its core. An eruption of Cantankerous has left it in its current mangled state. A makeshift graveyard stands at the lip of the rock, a memorial and a warning. We could pay our respects, light the lanterns, mine for unclaimed hours, which would use munitions, so we would just shoot the damn rock. Okay, well, I guess we will just pay our respects. Lanterns doused by the sleet mark the ramshackle graves. Relighting them would commemorate the dead, but might disturb any Cantankerous that still slumber here. You are able to dig out a dozen or more lanterns from the muddy sleet. You find tinder to light them and rope to lash them to the wooden posts that mark the graves. Some of the posts are marked with black crosses, indicating a member of the Windward Corps of Overmen and Shotfirers. A stalker sings a brief and dirge-like hymn. Okay. Terra fell, which is good. Did we already know that? Okay, we can only leave. I'm not forgetting about that big container, but I have no time to lose. That's just a wreck, okay? Enter through the yawning tear in the hall, and we get supplies, munitions, something unusual, fuel, not just money. We don't have much room in the hold. It is tough to get a hold of munitions, but I can't access my orders. I don't think I have any need for munitions right now. I don't have anything in my text file anyway. So I guess these two are the most interesting. Let's go to the captain's quarters. An otherworldly artifact. Okay. Oops. I'm not very good at choosing that. Hey. Chiseled precious stones or prize otherworldly artifacts from between their plates. All Kentucky are aggressive and once roused will bash themselves against a foe until either it or they are dead. During the battle, it's not unusual for fragments or belongings of their victims to become wedged in the bull's carapace. The thing you pull from this one is ancient and inexplicable. Perhaps a use will present itself? I just want to full scout, so we will go next to the horror, despite the terror it will generate. And the eerie sound it produces. Okay, so last time in these spots we found a scribe spinster and oh hey. Are you fighting something? Why are you going so fast? It's bleeding. Is it the one I shot before? A broken habitation, long abandoned. We'd need a saying which we don't have. That's probably a cache. Don't need to go there to interact with it. Ah. Oh. This signal box has been blasted by weapon fire. Despite the holes, the shattered tiles, the fractured beams, it still has enough structural integrity for you to climb inside without risk. It was made with care and pride. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cache inside, but custom dictates that they must later replenish it. You detect a whiff of cigarette smoke as you enter. A man in a grey uniform and grey bowler rises from a chair. Evening. I don't suppose you're looking for a signaler? He does not sound hopeful. How long has he been waiting here? I think we already have a signaler, but we'll recruit him anyway. Sure. Come aboard. He is startled by your response. I mean, your employment was free. You're the only one who didn't ask for sovereigns. Oh, right. Was expecting you to say no, to be honest. Come on, I'm not heartless. I know to put to use anything I can. You ask what he was doing here. I work the Isambard line. We've seen that mentioned quite a lot of times. The Isambard line. Isambard. I don't know the writing, the orthograph looks French to me, especially with that D at the end of the word, but I'm the last one, I suppose. It also reminds me of the Maginot line, which is why. Anyway, I should stopping reading. Hitch rides between the boxes, make repairs, sweep up a bit. But I could do with a change of scene. He seems unsure. So he has a ride? No, he's hitching rides. Who the hell ever comes here? Well, I'd better get my things together. He picks up a modest holdall and checks his hat is on his head. Yes, I think that's everything. After you, Principal. Let's read the ledger to get a vision of the heavens. And I need to leave this place. And let's talk to him. There. His moustache is stained with nicotine. His Isambard line uniform is neatly pressed. He always expects the worst, confident in the knowledge that he will still be disappointed. You need 2 tales of terror, okay? While we are here... Yeah, I want to speak to him. We only need 1 caddy of dried tea to talk to him. And I think to talk to the devil we need 2, right? Yes. We still don't know where to find any, so perhaps... Yeah, we should get that other quest going. The navigator is rarely in his cabin. He is popular with the crew, and card games and drinking sessions occur spontaneously in his presence. He is, of course, never the instigator. Get to know the fortunate navigator, he often recounts escapades from his last engine, but rarely shares anything from before that. Perhaps a quiet cup of tea will draw him out. He clears his desk for the tea set by sweeping papers to the floor. I'll tidy up afterwards. The condition of his cabin casts doubt on that. I grew up a servant of the Eagle Khan's ambassador to London. His son, Alton, befriended me. We'd climb out the attic window to race urchins together. A wistful note enters his voice. We never won. The navigator trickles a spoonful of sugar into his cup, then another. Could we stop at London? He stirs and stirs the tea. Alton died. I couldn't even be at the funeral. I want to say goodbye, but I'll need to speak with his parents first. Okay. Wants to go to London. London. Navigator. Okay. Shoulderless golf. Oh, we are right on the edge of the map. I don't know, is there something just further from outside the map? Jeez, English hard. I'd like to make sure there's nothing there. Good thing I checked. Cantankerous have buried into the mossy walls. Your signaler orders double shift and watch. That's something to mine. Where are we going next? I think I'm gonna scout all of that and keep going a little bit. I don't know if that's of any use, but I do want to fully uncover the map. Just for the sake of completion. I thought it was some kind of weird pool, but it's just rock. There's nothing here, in fact. A medical emergency. The settler from Port Prosper staggers onto the bridge, clutching his throat. He appears to be in some distress. Indeed, hair sprouts like invasive weed from every follicle in his body, forcing its way out. There's no point in taking him to his destination. His family would want the body returned, probably. He's not dead yet, come on. Keep the body for study. The settler's exceedingly singular misfortune may yet prove a great boon to the fledgling science of interstellar pathology. Throw him off the locomotive. I guess there's a risk some kind of disease spreads, but that sounds like the funnier option. You ignore the looks of your crew. You ignore the looks your crew give you as you order the corpse taken to the cold storage. Those with hardy stomachs can assist with a thorough examination later. For now, the mop and broom. And now have one condemned experiment. Is that good? I did that for science. Not just because I'm some weirdo. Guess we scout this piece of a reach. I'm not too good with that gun. It does not exactly behave as the previous one. I think like I have to correct the trajectory of my shots way more. Unusual items, yeah, sure. Gossip. Is there anything there or... No. Okay. Do we go back to Magdalene's? Do we keep exploring? We don't have much fuel. Can we restock fuel at Carillon? No. Okay, so we don't actually have a choice here. We just go to Magdalene's. Question is which way? I guess it's equivalent. Let's go that way. We will also lower our terror. And then we'll be in the same situation as before, so maybe we'll make the same choices before. Just explore. Being able to lower terror as we desire is extremely nice. But this expedition did cost us quite a lot actually, in terms of fuel and supplies. We wasted like 3 fuel and 3 supplies, which is 60 plus 120, 180. And then we are gonna have to get our terror down. Gossip is not monetizable, but let's say that cost us 200 sovereigns. That's fine. If only I had something to mine. Oh, that's not where I should go. The peacock wind buffets the engine, and cautious driver whistles a jolly tune. Hey! Help me, wind! It's not helping at all. It's just getting my terror up. Damn. Quite a lot too. The Rat Brigade considers Magdalene as far away. Finally, it's very red. I'd say purple, but treat of terror, treatment for guilt, go for the very boring individual. There is so little value in gossip that I'm gonna do it again. So, is there anything new here? Right, the nectar. Let's first... Unless we choose to go back to New Winchester with the nectar. We could. What have we scouted? This part of the map we have just fully scouted. Here near Titania we still have stuff to uncover. Here we have that fully scouted. So we have mainly that part of the map and the mirror on the other side. Yeah, I think I should explore some more because that's not uncovered part of the map. Well, that was a complicated way to say covered. That covered part of the map is much bigger than the one on the other side, so yeah, we'll get exploring again. Has the wind stopped? It looks like it. Ah. Really? There's no way around it. Oh, that's unpleasant. Guess we can go that way then. What is that? The locomotive lurches to one side. It may have been a gust of wind, or stray rock, or perhaps just a little incautious driving. The curator's egg is fragile and pinned between heavy crates. Check the hold, nobody will pay you for a fractured egg. As your engineer approaches the cracked egg, it jerks violently. The egg rocks. There is low chittering, then stillness. Your engineer takes a cautious step forward. Something leaps from the egg. You see a tangle of innumerable many-jointed limbs. It scurries behind the crate. In a demonstration of bravado, the engineer gives the crate an experimental kick. Nothing. They shove it aside to reveal a small ventilation shaft. Whatever the thing was, you haven't seen the last of it. Curator's eggs do not always contain the same thing. If another cracks, something else might occur. So we have a passenger on board. Reminds me of a certain film. Okay. I don't... It's slightly bad, but selling it was not that exciting. Anyway, let's see that. A homestead. This homestead is plated in a patchwork of corrugated iron. As you land, the barrel of a rifle pokes out from a boarded window and fires, kicking up a spray of grass at your feet. How unfriendly. We will return fire. Your rounds ring off the house's iron skin and find the gaps between its makeshift plates. There is an agonized scream, a spray of blood, the sound of a gun's chamber locking. They must be on the verge of surrender, surely. Then you smell burning. Someone's lit is setting ablaze. A door slams. You can see figures running through the smoke. We could enter it to recover what we can before the flames consume it, or pursue the villains. Yeah, we pursue them. You order your crew forward, racing among the smoldering homestead, and through the billowing smoke. There, a shadow ahead. A bullet whizzes through the choking smoke. You are lucky, your signaler is not. Blood runs through the smoke. There is more gunfire. There are more bodies. You recover a hefty bag of coinage from the slightest corpse. That was not worth it. That's the end of it, right? Okay. Okay, from here on is the unknown. That's bronze wood, quite likely. No. It's ice. Oh. Okay, so there was actually just nothing here. Okay. Well, now we know.